Is it dead, Frank?
No, it's alive.
Yes, he sure is. And he's a vicious little monster, isn't he?
Welcome to the horror show. To realize there is nowhere to run. No game to try. Paranoia is getting alive. Welcome to the horror show. To realize there is nowhere to run. No game to try. Obsessions rule your mind.
It's Alive, the 2009 remake of the 1974 cult classic. Now, this film is similar yet vastly different than the original. The main difference between this film and the original is that after the baby is born, instead of it running away like in the original, they actually bring the damn thing home. No one knows that it was the killer. They're just assuming it was somebody else, and that the baby is just a victim of the circumstance. And the baby looks all normal too, which is a very confusing thing about this movie, because the baby is able to change its normal face to this demonic-looking thing, which within all reason can be considered to be looking a lot like Batboy. God, that picture always scared the living shit out of me when I was a kid. But I like it. There are quite a few similarities too, one being the fact that the medicine is to blame, because the medicine causes the baby to mutate. And I'm trying to figure out exactly what it does. I believe that it helps the baby grow faster and become more healthy and then come out quicker. Like, it'll come early. And, they did that in this film and in the original, so similarity. But that's enough talk on the differences and similarities. Let's talk about this film, shall we? Now, this film has a very interesting take on the It's Alive story. In the original, this is a difference, isn't it? Sorry. Anyways, in the original, the baby is the main point of the story. It's the forefront. And in this movie, it's kind of like it's the background, because the forefront is the sanity of its mother, It's Alive baby's mother, who is played by, her character's name is Lenore. She's played by, what's her name? By Joe Phillips or something. Anyways, she plays the mother, and she plays it pretty annoyingly. You don't want her to keep on talking, but then you realize that she's going crazy, and she can't really help the way she talks, and she really gets into her performance. You can totally tell that she's into her character very much so. The character of Frank Davis is in this film, of course. Anyways, his character is very interesting because he's barely ever in it. Whenever he's in it, he's like, what's going on? What's going on? Oh, I found out and I'm going to be the hero. But the movie's really about Lenore, her character, trying to cope with the fact that her baby's a bloodlustful killer. And it's really interesting to see that kind of take on it. It could have been like a whole rehash of the original where the baby's on the loose, they gotta find it and try to kill it, but the father is the main character because they don't know what to do, and he doesn't know how to handle it, and he just really wants it dead. I'm talking about the original one way too much. Let's talk about this one some more. The fact that this film is really graphic makes it pretty interesting. Like, there's one scene where this therapist is in his car. He just got done talking to Lenore, and they got into a little bit of an argument, and he reaches down to put his seatbelt on, and bites his fingers off, and then blood spraying all over the car. It's an off-screen death, but it's probably the most graphic death of the movie, next to the one of her friend's death, and I'm just spoiling too much, aren't I? I'm not going to say anymore. Overall, I give It's Alive, the 2009 remake, a 3.5 out of 5. I am Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Movie Reviews. Make sure to like my Facebook page in the description below, and to leave comments and subscribe.